I started Wicked Innovation because I'd worked at a couple other shops. I didn't find anywhere that was managing and operating really the way I thought would be the best to operate a business like this. And I had the opportunity to move here and just decided to start the shop with a really good friend of mine, Matt Miner.
When Tom and I initially discussed opening a business here, we talked a lot about like other shops and how things were in the scene and in the industry and what we wanted to do different. And the big thing we wanted to do different was that we wanted to treat every customer equally, no matter how big or small the job they had. And we wanted to do work that we'd be proud of and that would be on par with what we would do for ourselves. And that was the biggest thing. What brought me into cars was going fast and making a lot of noise. You know, that was the initial allure, and then it never actually went away. So that's probably my favorite thing still.
My first car had a critical failure that I couldn't afford to fix, and I took it to a shop and they actually wouldn't touch the car because it wasn't like worth enough for them to work on it. So I ended up just learning how to do everything myself, and that's kind of like what started me off. And once I started doing it, I'm kind of a mechanically inclined person to begin with, and it just kind of took off from there.
I got into working with cars because I owned them and had to learn how to work on them myself. What had happened was I bought a modified car. I bought a Honda CRX that had a motor swap done to it, and I ended up having to fix all the mechanical problems with the car. And then, you know, based on the problem I ran into is the problem that everyone runs into is they have a modified car that doesn't run right. You know, what do you do? And then I had to figure out how to reprogram the computer in order to, you know, recalibrate it for the modifications that were done. And after I did that, I was like, oh, well, this isn't too bad. I could start doing this. And over time, what had happened is I became the local resource for everyone to get their cars tuned. People had Hondas and Mitsubishis in the area, and there really wasn't anybody doing that sort of thing around here cost effectively. You know, they could ship their car off a couple states away and pay an awful lot of money to get the car tuned, or they could have me do it. And back then, you know, for free or for food or whatever. And then that's kind of where I got a lot of experience and learned a lot of different cars.
You know, Matt and I, it's not too long ago that we were both enthusiasts ourselves and not really on this end of the stuff. So, you know, we really try to make sure that we only sell quality products. We wouldn't, you know, if we do install something and we find that it's bad, we'll usually take it back from the customer and replace it with something better. But over the last few years, we've really been able to kind of fine tune our product line. So the things that we sell are things that we support. They're all high quality. And on top of that, we also produce a few products ourselves. We do a lot of custom fabrication, and those things are generally like very specific market things that are hard to find outside of a shop like this. One of the great things about working on Subarus is that you know, there's a huge range of people who modify them. We've got older people, younger people, families. You know, they're four-wheel drive turbo cars. They're great in the snow. For someone who wants to own one car in New England, it's a great car to own. We have people who do simple modifications, spend a couple $100s, and they're totally happy. And then we have everything up to like, look at Dan's car, where he's got, you know, thousands of dollars into it, and complete custom engine setup and turbo setup and everything. So there's a big range, and it fits a lot of people. And like I said, for a person to own one car in New England, it's very easy to own a Subaru. Most of my customers own 2 or 3, where they have one for the summer and one for the winter. So so there's a very loyal following for the cars too. So it's a good market to be in. I also do a little bit of work on Hondas and Nissans. I'm a Honda guy personally. That's how I met Matt and my employee Jay. But most of the Honda work we do these days is a lot more custom stuff. Like I'll get cars that'll be in here for a few months at a time. We'll do a lot of custom fabrication, engine builds, swaps, like, you know, a lot more extensive work. We don't really have Hondas and Nissans come in for simple stuff. We built a couple Nissan 300ZXs. They're a real pain in the ass to work on, but everybody that owns them seems to be real devoted to them, so that's good.
It's been a long couple of years getting to where we're at. We're at a point now where you know, we're gonna keep improving the shop, improving our space, improving our equipment, but I would like us just to continue on with the path that we're on. A lot of businesses, they tend to they try to get too big, try to expand, try to go beyond what they can do, and that's a real big problem. This is actually another pretty big topic for us. When you come to Wicked, it's a small core group of people that do all the work, and we don't outsource things. We don't hire random mechanics. We have just our core group of people, and that's how we plan to stay.